So, if you have the lesson open for today, we're going to be looking at somewhat, it's not complicated per se, but it is a bit tricky because it doesn't really have a translation for it. It can sometimes be translated as like, I don't know if, or whether or not, that type of meaning. But basically, what this grammar is used only for when you're uncertain about something or when you're asking questions and saying like, do you know how to get to this place, for example? So you can use it to confirm information in that way as well. So if we go down to the main lesson now, so it could also be seen as like, I'm not sure if. It can be all those kinds of translations, but it's really still just about you being uncertain about something. So whether it's blank or not, whether or not, and there's a few different, I just realized I forgot one of these, but there's a few different translations for this, or not translations, conjugations. So the first one is just the regular present tense. So with the verb, we're going to do just the regular 는 and then ji, 는지. And then with adjectives, if it ends with 받침, there's a consonant at the end, we're going to add 은지. But if not, if there's a vowel, we're going to do 니은지, just one N. Or if it's a noun, this is what I hadn't put in, but if it's a noun, it'll become in, like this, 인지. And then of course we have past tense. You can really get rid of this part for now. We just need to see the first form. Past tense, it's as we all usually do the as어요, 없어요 ending, but instead of 어요, we're gonna just do 는지 at the end of it. So when at, ot, yot, het, 는지. And then future tense has two different forms. So the first one is just the same as the adjective one, but with the L. So if it ends with the 받침 or the final consonant, we're going to do 올지. And if it doesn't end with that, or if it ends with the vowel, we're going to do just one L plus G. Or we can say 올 건지, 올 건지. So for this, if it ends with the 받침 or the consonant at the end, we're going to do 올 건지. And if it doesn't end with 받침 at the end, we're going to do the one L, 건지. Okay, the main thing I think today is the examples, because I think that's the most useful thing. So first two examples we have here. 비싼지 말해주세요. Tell me whether it's expensive. Tell me whether or not it's expensive. 이 금 is gold. 이 금이 진짜 금인지 알고 싶어요. I want to know, or I would like to know, if this gold is real. 진짜 금인지 알고 싶어. And then this last one here. 나 진짜 그를 사랑하는지 몰라. 나 진짜 그를 사랑하는지 몰라. I don't know if I really love him. And you can see the change of the formality. We just need to take the yo off. So before we move on to the rest of the examples, though, I want to point out the endings here with it. So 꿈인지, 비싼지, and 사랑하는지, they all have different endings. So the first one is just a regular verb, 말해주세요. Tell me whether or not something is blank. And then this one has the to know. I want to know, or and this is how at the same time you would ask someone, do you know if this gold is real? Instead of saying 알고 싶어요, you'd probably just say 알아요? 이 금이 진짜 금인지 알아요? That's how you'd ask. And this one has 모르다. So 사랑하는지 몰라, 몰라요, 모르겠어요. All those can fit. I don't know if I love something or someone. So most of the time with this grammar, this 인지 grammar, we're going to be doing the verb to know and to not know. But like this one, the first one we looked at, it can be basically anything as long as it fits. So, and then another thing you can do with this is to really add that or not in there. You can add the negative version of the verb or adjective or noun, and then have it immediately follow it. So 아니다 to not be 아닌지. So earlier we had 금인지, so we could say 금인지 아닌지. Is it gold or not? 진짜 금인지 아닌지. Real gold or not. We have 없다, 없는지. So 있는지 없는지. Is it here or not? And then 안, 사랑하는지 안 사랑하는지. I love or not. I don't know if I love him or not, that type of meaning. So you really just repeat it again, but the negative version. So I have that down here if you didn't already see. 비싼지 안 비싼지 말해주세요. Tell me whether or not it's expensive. 이 금이 진짜 금인지 아닌지 알고 싶어요. I want to know if this gold is real gold or not. 나 진짜 그를 사랑하는지 안 사랑하는지 몰라. I don't know if I really love him or not. So all the time it really has this or not meaning. Like even in the ones above, it really still has that. But it has, when you add the negative version next to it, that's like more emphasis, I would say. Okay, another way you can use this is with question words, otherwise known as interrogative words. So it's the same as like with pronouns too. You're gonna notice in a lot of these sentences that we'll talk about the pronoun situation. But so it can be used with pronouns as well. Okay, examples. Do you know what this is? 이거 뭔지 아세요? 이거 뭔지 아세요? 뭔지, instead of saying 뭐인지, it's easier to condense that down. So usually it's pronounced 뭔지, like that. And then 아세요, we have the seyo ending because this is usually when we want to ask a question more politely. So, and then we cannot keep the L there. We have to remove it before we add seyo. So it becomes 아세요. Do you know? I don't know why she's crying. 그녀가 왜 웃는지 몰라요. 그녀가 왜 웃는지 몰라요. I don't know why she's crying. And you could also say I don't know why by using 왜, and then we put the 니은지, 왜인지 몰라요. 왠지 몰라요. I don't know why. But since we're having a different verb here, we're just saying 왜 웃는지 몰라요. So usually this grammar is you're saying you're unsure of something. So even though it's not here, the pronoun I is not there, we're always the one who's saying this. I don't know if, unless we're asking someone, do you know whether or not, it's usually I. So I can't say, I can't put like someone else in there, but unless we're asking questions, do you know? Next. No, what I was saying that you can't put someone else there, but you could. It's just usually not used that way. I just want to make sure I say that. That's why I had to pause. So can you please tell me where the meeting is? 해외가 어디 있는지 말해 주시겠어요? 해외가 어디 있는지 말해 주시겠어요? This one could also be written as 어딘지, maybe like this, 어딘지 instead of 어디인지. Sometimes it gets condensed down like that. 한국어를 어떻게 하는지 알고 싶어요. I want to know how to speak Korean. 한국어를 어떻게 해요? So that would be the question. How do I speak Korean? And you're unsure. 는지, 한국어를 어떻게 하는지, and 알고 싶어요. I want to know that instead of just a regular old question. Okay, this one. 중학 시절에 먹었던 떡볶이가 맛있었는지 기억 안 나. 중학 시절에. So 중학, middle school, 시절 is like those days. So during a middle school days, 먹었던 떡볶이, the 떡볶이 that we used to eat, 맛있었는지, whether or not it was delicious, 기억 안 나요. I don't remember. I don't remember whether the spicy rice cakes that I used to eat during my middle school days were delicious or not. 학교 언제 시작하는지 잊었어요. I forgot when school started. 학교 언제 시작하는지 잊었어요. 그 사람은 누군지 아세요? 그 사람은 누군지 아세요? This one could also be 누구인지. That's the longer form of it. This one. 오늘 밤에 잘 잘지 모르겠어. 오늘 밤에 잘 잘지 모르겠어. I don't know whether I will sleep well tonight or not. So like I said, the or not is always there, really, for the meaning. The or not is always there for the meaning, but if you wanted to add some emphasis, you could do the negative right next to it. Say, 잘지 안 잘지 모르겠어. Right, okay. 학교에 어떻게 가는지 알아요? 학교에 어떻게 가는지 알아요? Do you know how to go to school? I guess should be get to school. 학교에 어떻게 가요? How do I go to school? How do I get to school? And then we can turn that into do you know how to get to school? 학교에 어떻게 가는지 알아요? 아세요? Do you know who that girl is? 저 여자가, that girl or that woman over there, 저 여자가 누구인지 아세요? 누구인지 알아요? Do you know who that girl is? And you could do the reverse. Also, you can do 모르다. So you can say, I don't know who that girl is. 저 여자가 누구인지 몰라요. 저 여자가 누구인지 모르겠어요. Do you know where Mina? Do you know where Mina is? Mina? Do you know where Mina is? 미나가 어디에 있는지 아세요? 미나가 어디에 있는지 아세요? 알아요? Do you know where Mina is? 선생님은 언제 도착하시는지 아세요? 선생님은 언제 도착하시는지 아세요? Do you know when the teacher is going to arrive? 도착. So we have 도착하다, but then we also have an honorific addition addition in there, which is the she. So if you've never seen that before, basically the she part is added. You take off the da, you add your she before you conjugate anything. So usually if it was just normal, we would say 도착해요, right? 도착해요. But since we're trying to make it honorific for a certain person, we add the she in there before we conjugate anything. So 도착하셔요. 도착하셔요. And it has the same meaning, it just makes it more honorific. And it's not going to be she. It doesn't have the same heyo ending. But I bring that up. Okay, see, next up, we finally have a future tense one. I don't know whether my body will be fine or not if I eat this medicine, if I take this medicine. 이 약을 먹으면, if I take this medicine, 몸이 괜찮을지 모르겠어. I don't know whether my body will be fine if I take medicine. It's kind of a weird sentence. Maybe they're like, I don't know if I'll get better if I take the medicine. I don't know. Do you know where the bank is? 당신은 은행이 어디에 있는지 아세요? 당신은 은행이 어디에 있는지 아세요? Do you know where the kitten slept? Or whether, not where. Do you know whether the kitten slept? 고양이가 잤는지 알아요? 고양이가 잤는지 알아요? So in these types of sentences, like we just said with the last one, 당신 would be our topic. That's getting the un. And then whatever thing we're asking about usually has the subject particle, 이 or ga, attached to it. And then this next one is just the same as the last, but I added the negative form. So 고양이가 잤는지 안 잤는지 알아요? Do you know whether the kitten slept or not? So it gives that more of that or not in there when we add that. I don't know how to make kimchi stew. Right, that's another way this can be used to say I don't know how to do something just by putting 어떻게 plus 는지 모르겠어요, 는지 몰라요. You can say I don't know how to do something. So 김치찌개를 어떻게 만드는지 모르겠어요. 어떻게 만드는지 모르겠어요. So we could say I don't know how to ride a bike. So we could say like 자전거를 어떻게 타는지 몰라요. 어떻게 타는지 모르겠어요. I don't know when the rain is stopping. 비가 언제 그치는지 모르겠어요. So yeah. 그치다 to stop. 비가 언제 그치는지 모르겠어요. I don't know when it will stop. Let's see. This is the last one for this. So I don't know whether I can take this road to work or not. 이 길은 회사로 갈 수 있는지 모르겠어. 이 길은, so this road, 회사로, to work, to the company. 갈 수 있어요. Can. 갈 수 있는지, whether or not I can. 모르겠어요. 모르겠어요. I don't know. Okay. And then I think this is the last little part we need to know about this one is there's another way it can be kind of not used, but it might be translated sometimes in certain situations as like, it's probably because blah, blah, blah. So this first one, the floor is wet, probably because it rained yesterday. I guess we'll say ground instead of floor. Yeah, that should be. The ground is wet, probably because it rained yesterday. 어제 비가 왔는지 땅이 젖어있네요. 어제 비가 왔는지 땅이 젖어있네요. So it rained yesterday. So it's like 는지 is almost acting as because in this circumstance. The next one, he's probably upset because his girlfriend dumped him. 여자친구한테 차였는지 이렇게 속상해해요. 여자친구한테 차였는지 이렇게 속상해. Yeah, it is acting like because. 데이트하러 갔는지 because he's going on a date. 기뻐요. He's happy. He's probably happy. Okay, yeah, I get it because it's like the ninji, like I said at the very beginning, it's about being uncertain. You're never sure about this. That's why you're using ninji in the first place. So when you use it in this context, the second sentence, you're not sure if that's true or not. You're just assuming because the first sentence. So he's going on a date. 데이트하러 가는지 기뻐요. He's probably happy. So I'm not sure, but it seems like he's happy because of that. Or, yeah. Fourth, 요즘 참 많이 앉아서 그런지 일에 집중이 못해요. It's maybe because I haven't been sleeping a lot recently, but I can't focus on work. 요즘 참 많이 안 자요. These days, I'm not sleeping a lot. And then next sentence, 일에 집중이 못해요. I can't focus on work. So that in between it is another grammar. Instead of just doing 서 and saying 많이 안 자서 일에 집중 못해요, we also have 그렇다. So you might see 어서 그런지 or 그래. It's kind of like saying because without the other thing. Like because I'm hungry. 배가 고파서 그래. 배가 고파서 그래. Because I'm hungry. So I'm not saying I didn't eat yesterday or I'm hungry because I didn't eat yesterday. I'm just saying because I'm hungry, you know. So it just puts one part there. 많이 앉아서 그런지. But this one is an extra step because it also has the 는지 in it, which is they're just making a guess because they're uncertain what the reason is that they can't focus on work as well. 많이 앉아서 그런지 because I haven't been sleeping well. I'm guessing that's the reason. 일에 집중이 못해요. I can't focus on work. And then there's this last one here. 밤 늦게 공부했는지 케미가 수업 시간에 계속 전해요. 밤 늦게 until late at night. 공부했는지 studying. 케미 수업 시간에 during the class time 계속 전해요. She keeps dozing off. So Hemi keeps dozing off in class probably because she studied until late at night. So I am still the first person in the sentence. I'm the one who's noticing that Hemi is doing this. So Hemi is the subject. Hemi's the subject, but I don't know for sure what's going on with her. So I'm just seeing her from across the room maybe and like she's probably because she's been studying late or something that she keeps falling asleep during the class, something like that. And then we'll be done. Okay, so in case you're looking at this video later after the lesson ended, I'm gonna go through the answers that we have. So first, I don't know how to read hiragana. 히라가나를 어떻게 읽는지 몰라요. Do you know where my friends went? 제 친구가 어디로 가는지 알아요? I don't know whether the things we learned in school were useful or not. 우리가 학교에서 배운 것이 도움이 된지 안 도움이 된지 모르겠어요. Okay, now this one, we have a long subject. The things we learned in school, this could have also been, if you wanted to use 던, 배우던 것, or 배웠던, 배웠시, use that. And then we have 도움이, we use 도움이 됐다 to be helpful, to be useful. And then we just doubled up on it there for that meaning or not to get in there. Can you tell me when the lesson will start? On Saturday. So this one might have been tricky if you're looking at this will start part because they're thinking, oh yeah, it should be future tense. Let's see what we have. 토요일에 수업이 언제 시작되는지 알려주세요. 알려주시겠어요? 알려줄 수 있을까요? All of those endings. So, well, firstly, I have 시작됐다 because it's more passive. 시작하다, to start, and 시작됐다 is more like to have start. It's like not, how do I say? It's passive. I'm not doing it. I'm saying, when will this thing begin? Not saying, when will you start doing so? I don't know how to say it, but yeah. As for if you want to do like the future tense will start and say 시작할지 뭐 알려주세요, that would be okay too, actually. But because I used we have 시작됐다, we have to use 는지, I think. Moving on. Do you know if that person is a teacher or not? 그 사람이 선생님인지 아닌지 아세요? So yes, just have teacher or not. 인지 아닌지 is the opposite of 인지, so we just doubled up on it. Do you know if the latte we used to order every day is still on the menu or not? 우리가 매일 주문했던 라떼가 아직 메뉴에 있는지 없는지 아세요? So this one's kind of a long one. So we were saying earlier how there's 추가 in there, which usually we're like, can we really have two subject particles in there? But this one is fine because all of this whole sentence, what is it? The latte we used to order every day. Latte we used to order every day is the whole, it's a long one, but it's the whole subject. So all of that is behind this one ga here, even if there's another one, doesn't count. That might have confused some people, but that's okay. If I eat this ice cream for dessert, I'm not sure if I will lose weight. 디저트로, and so if you want to say for a specific meal, Usually we want to use 우로 like for breakfast, 아침으로 for lunch, 점심으로, 저녁으로 for dinner. So 디저트로 아이스크림을 먹으면 살이 빠질지 모르겠어요. or 살이 빠질 건지 모르겠어요. And I don't know if I can go to work on Monday because I'm not feeling well. This one could have confused some people just because the order alone. We actually flip it over and we're going to say, I'm not feeling well, so I don't know if I can go to work on Monday. 몸이 안 좋아서. That part you could say 몸이 아파서. You could say condition. condition이 안 좋아서 월요일에. And then to go to work is 출근하다. So the whole phrase go to work. 출근하다. 출근할 수 있어요. Can I go to work? Will I be able to go to work? 출근할 수 있을지